You know, Senator, you are just back from this trip to Saudi Arabia, and obviously Saudi Arabia has been an important ally of the United States for decades. I just wonder what you think now with the transition, where things stand.
Well, first of all, I think the transition is smooth. The real question will be the next transition, because there's a whole lot of people that would be in competition, and they have an interesting way of choosing the next leader. But this one will be in keeping with the Saudi policies towards us and the region. Look, the Saudis are more frightened, and I am more concerned about the rise of ISIS and even more the incursions of Iran into different countries. Right now, Iran has significant influence in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen. Now they're sponsoring this Houthis, who have basically taken over the governance of the country, and so they're very worried, and I am worried too. And frankly, they perceive a lack of strong American leadership.
What should we be doing at this point that you think we're not?
We haven't got time on the program, but let me begin by saying that we should arm the Free Syrian Army. We should have more American boots on the ground in Iraq and Syria in the form of forward air controllers, intelligence capabilities, special forces, others. We should be understanding that this is one fight, not two separate ones, between Iraq and Syria, where we seem to have two different strategies. And finally, we shouldn't be training young men in Saudi Arabia as we are and sending them into Syria to be barrel bombed by Bashar Assad. There's a delusion that somehow we're going to have an agreement with Iran, it's nuclear agreement, then we're all going to be working together. The Iranians are on the march in the Middle East.
The Iranians on the march, just even the things that you were talking about, though, arming the Free Syrian Army, that's been something that you've been pushing, others have been pushing for years. We've seen no progress on that. Is there a point where it's just too late to step in and do something like that, because we don't know who necessarily some of the good guys are and some of the bad guys are there?
Well, that becomes an increasing problem, because the Free Syrian Army is, there's a front page story on the Wall Street Journal this morning you might be interested in, or it was yesterday, I'm not sure which, about the foibles in trying to harm by the CIA, trying to, or wanting to, or not wanting to adequately arm the Free Syrian Army. In Iraq, it's the Shia militia that are fighting against ISIS right now. The Shia militia are the people we fought against. The Iranians have significant penetration into Iraq. The Iranians have now basically taken over Yemen through their clients, the Houthis. So the list goes on and on. But we need to have a steadfast policy. We need to have a strategy that will work. Right now, we have no strategy. The next time you have someone on the administration on this program, ask them, what's the strategy against ISIS and against Bashar Assad?
I think the strategy has been, don't do stupid stuff to this point.
Yeah, that's pretty compelling for the world's greatest nation, isn't it? That's really remarkable. But so the Saudis have probably done the most beneficial thing recently, and that is, of course, the price of oil, which is weakening Vladimir Putin. And by the way, we still refuse to give defensive weapons to the Ukrainians. That's another shameful, dishonorable chapter in American history.